James,
Yes, sir.
you and I don't get to spend enough time together.
I keep telling my wife that.
Yeah, but she's probably okay with me.
She loves you, man.
I mean, is she okay with Ken?
No.
No.
No one's.
Okay.
I love you, Ken. I love you, Ken.
Ken Miller is the official sponsor of Crown Royal.
He is. He should be at some point, right?
Yes. Could you see him with the bottle with the smile?
Yes. B.
I'm just saying.
Drinking Crown, B.
Yeah.
All right, man.
So everyone's like, who's Ken Miller? Ken Miller is a big stand-up comedian, good friend of ours.
He's known as the Godfather of Orlando comedy. If you've not seen him, go see him perform.
He's got the Guinness Book World Record for the most N-bombs in a 60-minute set.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
And that was his church set.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was the one. That was the one for the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids. Little Sunday school.
Oh, man, I got a good one for you today.
Okay, all right.
Legally Screwed. This is crazy because I know how you and I are. I think we are naturally protective, especially when it comes to women. I think we are that way.
There's a term now called white knighting.
Oh, yeah.
And it's where a man steps in front and defends a woman.
Gotcha.
And you don't know if you should do it or not do it.
Now you have
because the world has changed.
It has changed.
And I had one of the people who work with us, she was being harassed by this kid.
Okay.
And this kid had special needs and he wasn't meaning to do it.
Oh.
But he was like on her.
Got it.
And I could tell how uncomfortable she was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going, well, maybe if I step in between him and this kid, she'll feel better.
Yeah.
And I wasn't quite sure how to do it because I didn't want, and Dave was there, our producer. And I noticed that Dave was slowly sneaking up on her right side and I was slowly sleeping up on the left side so that there was no space for this kid.
It's the pincer move,
to let's just say, get a little handsy.
Okay. Oh,
because he was like there's no space. Okay. And it wasn't this child's fault because he's on the spectrum and everything else. And he doesn't understand.
He wasn't being malicious.
He doesn't understand.
Yeah.
And I leaned over to her. I said, is this okay? And I had to ask her permission because the last thing I would want is somebody to go, Jeff, I can defend myself in these situations. I don't need your help.
That's what you don't want.
Inside my heart.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, women, male, whatever. If I think you might need my assistance, I try to offer that.
Correct.
But I'm also fully aware that the world's changed.
It's different.
And that I can't go, dun, dun, dun,
just to save you. Yeah.
Yes. But she did say afterwards, she was like, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
God bless. Yes.
But I didn't also, want to be that guy.
Because nowadays, like you said, it's called white knighting. You don't know if you need to jump in or not because it can be seen different. I call it social double dutch. You got to pick the right time and moment to jump in.
Ooh, I'm no good. I'm not coordinated.
Like, ha ha! You know what I mean?
I'm not that coordinated.
Me either.
I'm not.
No.
I can't jump rope. I barely walk now.
You're barely walking, brother.
I hurt myself doing these things. What happened? I stubbed my toe on what? The ground.
Gotcha. All right. So this is why I bring this up. I think we're protective of people. And this is crazy. My wife's privacy was clearly violated at an Airbnb. This is the topic. And of course, this happened in Florida. All right. Now, while staying at an Airbnb, my wife was home alone when the host entered without notice.
Ooh.
He walked inside the house and silently stood staring at her while she was half naked in bed. We canceled our reservation.
She was standing in the bed half naked.
No. He stood there watching while she was half naked in the bed. He stood there silently watching at this man's wife, sleeping in bed half naked. We canceled our reservation and we won't be getting refunded. Airbnb claimed no policy had been broken and closed the case. Okay, you explain this to me, brother, because I don't own a law firm, but if I worked at one, it'd be called you getting your ass whooped.
Okay.
Yeah.
First off, Airbnb, you're wrong.
Okay, tell us about it.
You're absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
When I rent the property, whether it be a temporary rental or a period of time, I have a right to what they call quiet enjoyment
of the
property. It means that whoever I'm renting for, outside of something that needed to happen, like sometimes you have to inspect the property for go in and check the plumbing or something else like that, the landlord just doesn't walk into your apartment for the hell of it.
Makes sense.
Okay. Now, in this situation, this is a short-term rental.
Mm-hmm.
Now, barring something, for example, hey, I got a call that it's on fire or something like that, or we had cameras to show somebody broke in, there's no reason for this person to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, this is clearly an issue of quiet enjoyment. And if they wanted to file something, it could be. Now, here's the problem with Airbnb. There's probably a clause in there that says this is the way you have to sue us. And most likely, if I have to guess, it's probably arbitration, which means you have to go to a special company and they have to arbitrate it.
Okay.
Because a lot of contracts now require that rather than to file suit in court. Now, the person who did this clearly has done this before and has some mental issue or whatever. And if I was Airbnb, I'd refund that without even thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't want this.
Okay, watch this. Airbnb, I love your service. I use you guys all the time. But the absolute moron who chose not to refund this couple because one of the weirdos who does the house is standing over staring at her in the nude, idiots.
Yes.
Give the money back, because you know what happens when you give the money back? People are less likely to write stories about it. They're less likely to file a lawsuit. They're less likely to stand up here so some moron like me can look at you and go, you're the moron.
Correct.
The person who did that, I'm going to tell you, should be fired. Yes. Fire this person, because this person doesn't care for your company. Oh, I had a rule I didn't want to break. The company said don't give refunds. Perfect opportunity to give a refund and not have to explain it. And you blew it. And because you blew it, my ass and my 50,000 listeners are hearing me tell you you're a moron.
Yes.
That's clearly worth the $200 you might have lost.
Amen. Now, let's talk about not political. Let's talk about the legal ramifications of what happened to this lady. We're talking civil at this point as far as a suit. Pain and suffering. We've talked about that before.
Hold on. Let's say she had a mental breakdown.
Yes.
And had to go to a doctor or something else. And now she's going to therapy because she can't sleep at night. That's an issue. Just because somebody walked in on me doesn't mean I immediately have mental issues.
Correct.
So I have to show those damages.
Okay.
I can't say, well, anybody in this right position. No, you don't get to do that. You don't get what you call the I'm offended money.
Understood. That's why I want to make a difference in that. Could you explain that
First
to me?
off, they shouldn't have to pay for the thing. Okay. So that's the cost. And if I had to go somewhere else, the cost of this and some of the ancillary money after that, let's say I had to buy another hotel, I had to do something else, I had to cut my trip short, whatever. Okay. Those could be covered. As far as long-term damages and things like that, well, I have to show that we have this problem. For example, let's say my wife can't go on vacation anymore.
Because she feels.
And there are people like this. I want you to know something. I'm not big on going in the ocean.
We've talked about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am uncomfortable with the idea that there are great white sharks.
Thank you. Yes, I'm with you.
Not great white, not little sharks. And I used to swim with little sharks.
Great whites.
But some of those are twice as big as my car.
Correct.
And I don't care what you say about, oh, well, they don't want to eat you. They want to eat everything.
I look delicious in the water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wear necklaces. They're shiny.
That's right.
I don't want to do it. I'm scared to death over this stuff. And I can tell you this. If I had a bad experience at an Airbnb and I woke up and some dude was staring at me, that might be my last Airbnb.
I'm pretty sure.
And I'm sure that will go with me.
Now, what's the ramifications if I wanted to go to, let's say, the law and say a man was staring at me in my bed and I'm half naked?
You're talking criminal charges.
Okay. Because there's two sides to this. That's why
it depends on the state you're in.
Okay.
There's voyeurism. There's trespassing, but he's going to say, I wasn't trespassing. I was inspecting the property. It's my property. And normally with a trespassing charge, you have to be trespassed, meaning they have to tell you not to come back and you come back anyway. Is there a sexual component to it? And the voyeurism in some states. I don't think there's a real criminal element to it. I think there's a civil issue.
It's more
because
civil. Okay.
Negligence means you had a duty to do or not do something.
Okay.
And you owed it to that person, and that person suffered damages because of that. So in this situation, I think, yes, I can't imagine being a woman and waking up with some rando staring at me.
Yeah, brother.
And for the rest of my life, carrying this with me.
That's where I was getting to.
And when you talk about things like PTSD and people go, oh, Jeff, shut up. Listen, I remember being in the military and a couple group came up on us. And I remember jumping up with my gun on auto and nobody was there. And over and over again, this happened to us many times. I carry that with me now.
Yes.
I think I can't sleep in a room that doesn't have a lock.
Me either.
And people go, why do you lock your bedroom door?
You never
No,
know. Yes,
I never know.
Absolutely.
Now, with this woman,
Mm-hmm.
if she doesn't carry with this woman, she's a better woman than I am.
Gotcha.
And I admit it. I might be a man. I'd be a horrible woman right now
Mm-hmm.
because I'd be scared to death every day if I woke up with a dude looking over me.
And I was going to say that one of the things that Miguel Colon Jr., one of the most prophetic things he said, believe it or not, was, as a man, I can walk down a dark alley. The worst thing that can happen to me is I get killed. He said,
Sounds on your alley.
well, I understand what he's saying. He goes, as a woman, it's completely different.
I think differently about it.
Yes.
I think I might. But
And-
prison,
Yes.
prison's prison.
But what he's saying
Stick me
is,
in a woman's prison all day long.
I can imagine waking up and seeing that, and I'm thinking the worst thought in my head.
Yeah.
My husband's not there. I'm alone.
I'm vulnerable.
Half naked,
Vulnerable.
and a man is staring at me. The worst thing is going through my head at that moment. It's a clear invasion of my privacy,
Okay.
but I just don't know what's going to happen.
All right, do me a favor. What I do for a living is when you fail in your duties, I sue you.
Yes.
That's my job. When I was younger, I used to have a problem with that until I've met tens of thousands of people who needed my help because somebody harmed them.
Mm-hmm.
I think these companies actually need to have lawyers. They need to go out to a law firm like mine
Okay.
and say, listen, guys, we're running this stuff over. What would you suggest? I mean,
think that's
just to get our,
smart.
I hope for the day that people don't get killed in car accidents anymore,
Amen.
or people don't get hurt because somebody did something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Airbnb, you want to sit down and you want to talk about your policies and I can help you with them. Not some lawyer from some Ivy League school who thinks they know something. I mean, somebody who actually lived in this area who can go, don't do this. Don't do this. If you're decent about it, bad things won't happen to you or will limit the ability, lower the probability.
Correct.
But when a guy at Airbnb says, no, we're not going to refund this money. God, I want you to know something right now. If this woman called me up and said, Jeff, could you represent me? And there's not a lot of money in this.
But that's not the
I
point.
would make you damn miserable
There you go.
because this is just not right.
Yeah.
And the person who did this should never be able to rent through you again.
Agreed.
Let them go to VRBO or somebody else.
Yeah.
But this person would always be off my list for rentals because you don't want to be opened up to lunatics. And for him to stand in, and if this happened the way it did,
Mm-hmm.
or even close to it,
Mm-hmm.
I would never have a guy like that
Nope.
represent my company or anything else. Well, he doesn't write words. He subcontracts. It doesn't matter.
Don't matter.
He has the Airbnb logo. And if I was Airbnb right now, the best thing you could do is figure out whether this is true or not. And you should investigate. And when it is true or not true, you put it out there.
Correct.
But if this is true, I would apologize to this woman and say, listen, this is what we've done. We could never have expected this to happen. But because of this happened, this is what we did. And and just so people know, there are a lot of people out there listening right now who will say, well, Jeff, isn't that admission? All right, here's the deal. If I take cautions after something happens, that can't be used against me in that original case. It can be used against me if I said there was nothing I could have done. So let's say, this hole existed. I couldn't do anything about it. And I did have control of it. I could have put a board over it.
Correct.
I could have done something.
Yeah, you could have.
That's the only time it can be used is when one of my defenses are, there was nothing I could have done about it.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, immediately cancel this dude.
Yeah.
Even if it's close to the right store. Well, because you don't have to, you can discriminate. Even let's say this woman's lying. I wouldn't have this dude out there.
No.
I wouldn't even risk it because now I'm on notice that this guy could do it again.
Correct.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Two attorneys arguing. Now people think, because sometimes we agree that we're not arguing. These two don't sound like they're arguing. You can't argue about everything. We're not married.
We can argue about everything.
We don't though.
No, that's true. We don't argue about
See,
everything.
we just agreed that we don't always argue.
We don't always
See?
argue.
So that person left already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they tune in to watch us argue.
Okay, Labor Day.
I would imagine that would be boring for people after like the 10th or 12th episode because I never lose. You always lose our arguments. So I don't know why they keep tuning in.
You don't read the comments on our page, do you?
No, I'm bothered with the comments.
Why do you think you win it all? Okay. Labor Day. First off, I'm going to say something. Do you deserve to take a Labor Day holiday if you've been sick all week?
Really?
I'm just saying, if you're a business and person's been out all week, hey, also take the Labor Day weekend.
I agree that's suspicious.
Feels a
Very
little suspicious.
But, okay, listen, I'm still sick. You're lucky I'm here.
I'm
You're
so
lucky
fortunate.
I'm
I'm
here,
so
actually.
fortunate.
Did you have someone's filling my spot
Yeah.
for
Morgan.
the? Really?
And you know what? A lot of good comments.
Oh my gosh!
a lot of
Did
good
she do
comments.
better? She can have my spot.
Yeah.
She wants my spot. She can have it.
She didn't want it. She goes, the chair feels funny. I said, well, he takes a lot of space. There's a big indentation.
Yeah, she doesn't take up as much space as
No,
I
she's
do.
tiny. But Labor Day. Let's get into this. Labor Day weekend. Most people have no clue what it means. They have no idea. They go, oh, it's because I work. No, it's because in the 1800s, we screwed our railroad workers so badly that they went on strike and they gave them a day.
Are you sure that's how it went
Yeah,
down?
the Pullman strike.
Yeah.
No joke. It's Pullman. It's not
Pullman.
a sexual reference.
You're
It's-
not pulling my leg
Nope,
right
I'm
there
not
with the
pulling your
Pullman
leg.
joke?
I'm not pulling anything else either. It was a strike. And they go, so the labor unions go, you're going to have to give us something. And Grover Cleveland, not from Sesame Street, for those who,
My man Grover?
Grover goes, you know what, guys? You're right. You've been screwed over so badly. I'm going to give you 1 day a year. Are you good? Yeah, we're good.
Well, they had to have gotten more than that.
1 day.
I'll bet you there's some labor laws that changed too. Probably something that had
Una
to do
dia.
with
Or
working
un dia.
conditions.
I don't know. My Spanish, I'm working on it.
Working
1 day.
conditions. I bet you working conditions changed as well. I bet you the 1 day off
Yeah.
was just a frosting on the top. Well, I mean, maybe they didn't actually change, but they changed on paper. I mean, we had something that we could aspire to.
We
Right?
didn't have the internet. We had no internet. We had no nothing.
Yeah, how do people know anything?
So
back
nobody
then?
knew anything. What'd you do? It took like our Constitution. It took 2 years for everyone to sign it. Everyone who signed our Constitution, 2 years. I got to get the paper to them.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, they
gotta
didn't
read
have
it then
DocuSign
afterwards.
back
yeah,
then.
Yeah, you have to read it too. So
No DocuSign.
it takes a while to read it. If you don't want to read it,
If they couldn't read, half of them probably couldn't read.
All the people who signed it? No, that's not true. People who signed it
I don't
definitely
know.
could read.
I don't know. There are a lot of people in power who were idiots. But yeah, so Labor Day exists solely to make up for us treating workers crappy.
And what do we do on that? So
We still do that though.
We still treat workers crappy.
We still
just
do
give
that
them a day off.
to satisfy people. We just give them a federal holiday. Here's a federal holiday.
We gave our people a day off.
Yeah, a lot of people. I'm 1%.
Should we not? Are you advocating that we roll back the Labor Day?
I think our federal holidays are all screwy because you know who really got screwed?
The presidents?
Asians and Hispanics.
No, Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. They used to have their own separate
It's called
days.
President's Day.
No,
They're still
no,
included.
it used to be Lincoln and Washington
Stop it.
birthdays.
Stop it.
It used to be different.
Stop it. Why
They
do you
rolled
get
it into one.
So at least you get split it up. There's no Craig Day, is there?
What does that have to do? It's less holidays.
No. They added one. They took one. It became Martin Luther King.
Or did they is one of those Martin Luther
Yes.
King Day now?
They swapped it
And
out.
it just so happened
Not the
that-
date, but I think they swapped it out.
Oh.
So
So they said,
President's
okay,
Day
instead of
became
having-
1 day.
Instead of having Washington's birthday and Lincoln's birthday,
President's
we
Day.
got President's Day and then
Martin
they put
Luther
Martin
King.
Luther King.
Now, who really got screwed were the Hispanics. Hispanics and Asians who make up a huge part. They don't have a holiday. And don't say Cinco de Mayo. I swear to God if you say it.
Cinco de Mayo.
It's not
What
a
are you talking
holiday.
about? It's
Quavo
Mexican-
Gold's way to sell more alcohol.
Let me set you clear. Let me set the internet clear. Cinco de Mayo is when Mexico obtained its independence.
No, you are so wrong. Cinco de Mayo was a battle of Puebla.
I know I'm wrong. I'm saying the thing wrong on purpose because it's funny that we think that.
Mexican
We
independence
still-
was September.
What's funny though, we know it's not true. We know it's not true, but
Who
that
knows?
doesn't stop it.
Who knows?
Americans generally
Americans-
know that
you think
Cinco de Mayo
Americans-
isn't actually the day Mexican won its independence. We just decided that. How powerful are Americans? We tell you what your culture is.
Do you think we decided
We
that?
tell you, oh, hey, by the way, you guys over in Mexico? No, your actual history doesn't matter. We'll tell you when your Independence Day is. That's some.
Who do you think made that up?
Who do you mean?
Who decided that was going to be a big day?
I don't know.
You want me to tell you?
Sure.
Tequila.
Oh, tequila made that
Yeah.
a big day? That's tequila.
They sell more tequila on Cinco de Mayo than any
Mexican
day.
tequila? Was it a Mexican company?
Cuervo. Well, I'm sure they make some of it here.
Jose Cuervo that's a Mexican company,
Yeah.
you sure?
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
You're sure it is.
Sounds like it.
It does sound like it.
Does sound like it. I'm playing the odds.
Yeah, but Cinco de Mayo sounds like a real legitimate
It was the
Mexican
battle.
holiday.
The
but
sad
it's
thing
not
is this.
actually.
You know why it's not? Because
What is actual Cinco de Mayo? What is the 5th of May to
it's
Mexico? Is it
called-
anything?
Yes, it's called the Battle of Puebla. It's
Okay.
a big battle in the Mexican War.
When did they actually get their independence? It was some,
September something.
yeah?
It
Okay.
was in September. I guess people don't drink as much in
Well,
September,
we have
so they
Labor
moved it to
Day
May.
in September.
Yeah, they didn't want to.
Yeah, our September's all full of Mexico. Sorry, we're gonna have to celebrate your independence on another day.
And we don't have a single Asian holiday.
Single Asian holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any off the
The
top of my head.
Asians built our railroads. They suffered. They were put in encampments, and we don't give them anything.
Labor Day.
Stop it. That was in the 1800s.
Well, you just said they built the
No,
railroads. and it was a big
that
railroad
wasn't
strike.
for those guys. They're for the Irish and everything else.
Oh.
They trust me. They weren't. Our country did not care about the Asians in the 1800s. So that's basically that. Now, the reason why I thought this is important, because we have another new topic to talk about. We got to talk. This was just handed to me, and it's a big thing going on in our country right now. It's dealing with the Florida crash of the person the undocumented immigrant who somehow got a license, barely spoke English.
You're doing the politically correct thing on our show. You're
Today,
gonna do the politically correct thing? The undocumented
Yes.
immigrant. You mean the illegal alien?
Okay.
What is wrong with saying the truth? Guys here illegally, right?
There's a lot of things because we don't say handicapped anymore, do we?
Well, I didn't know we weren't supposed
don't.
to. Oh, well, I still do.
We don't.
Why not?
We don't use the word, and also we don't use other words that were okay back then, just a couple of years ago. For example, I'm going to say the word, it's offensive as hell, because the word that bothers me the most is retarded. We don't use that anymore because we realize let's try to be a little more sensitive.
You're talking about how language changes over time.
Yes.
And what's interesting about that is that word, the R word that you just said, I'm not saying out of respect for you because I respect you. So I'm not going to say it, but that was the euphemism. And before that word, they were just those types of folks were called dumb.
Well, they were called
deaf.
It
and
came
dumb.
from the word
and so they're like, hey,
retardation.
we should, you retard the timing belt on an engine.
Do you know how it changes?
That means you slow it down.
But you know how it changes? You know why that word became out of
because people take the new euphemism and then that becomes the new slur. They say it as a pejorative. So so it's backfiring. Every time somebody tries to change a word, and the R word's one of them, it ends up backfiring because the new, supposedly inoffensive word becomes the pejorative. That's the insult. And then it's true. Then eventually it's used so often that you have to change that word to something else.
You think we're going to change the term special needs?
Yeah. In not too long, I guarantee you, there's a fourth grader right now going, what are you, special needs or something? And he's going to say it like a pejorative, and everyone's going to start going, we shouldn't use that word. They don't need and that's how the world works.
So here's the thing, and I agree with you. When enough a-holes walk around and use something as a negative, we change it.
Yes.
So now you know why illegal aliens have been changed. Because enough a-holes use that term that now we changed it.
But it's a legally and factually precise term.
So was retardation.
So who are you trying to respect? The person who broke our law to come here? Is that who are you trying to make sure you don't offend?
What I'm trying to do is this, is it became so negative over a period of time that there's a hate attached to it, or there's a disrespect attached to it. And that's why we change words eventually. Yeah,
but I think that hate comes from the tone. You can say it in a certain way. The way I said it, it's not a problem.
So why don't you just call it an illegal?
If you say it, you can say whatever. You can say whatever
so we can't
word.
Adjust it.
If you say it with the wrong tone, it becomes an insult.
Well, let me get back to the issue.
Like I could call you strawhead. Hey, you strawhead. It's a made up thing. It sounds like an insult because because of the way I said it.
Yes. Congratulations. You just created another thing to be offensive.
Strawhead.
Okay. They'd figure out, they go, he must be talking about white people from South Dakota.
Yeah.
See, that's how that happens. Somebody will eventually look over at their friend. They go, oh, there's that strawhead SOB right over there.
Yeah.
And that's how it happens. So let me get back to it. So people are more upset about this undocumented worker or illegal alien, however you want to refer to him, because they feel he should not have had a license. They feel he should never have been able to drive the semi, and he caused the death of 3 people.
Okay, I agree with they. He should not have been on the road at all. The guy can't read English, cannot read road signs. If you can't, and this isn't racist. It's not any kind of ist. It's just the truth. If you're going to drive an 18-wheeler on a road, you have to be able to read the road signs. You have to be able to read the road signs. What are you doing on the road with a rig that big without being able to read the road? That is instant death. Those people in the van, they had no chance.
What I will agree with specifically concerning this, it's pretty simple. We do a lot of accident cases. We've done a lot of trucking cases. And the amount of information that goes into actually driving and understanding roads and understanding the rules and the laws that you have to comply with would require some form of education, at least it be in English, most likely, if you're in an English driving country where the signs are going to be in English, where the different rules are going to be in English. Yes, California and Washington allow you to take the test in Spanish, which is probably the craziest thing because all of our signs outside of California are going to be most likely in English. Yes, there are some places that mix them, but most of the time they're in English. And that this person didn't have the ability.
Well, hold on. Because if he can read the sign, but he can't say it in English, but he can say it in his language, I don't care if he can say, that's a no U-turn area in English. He doesn't need to be able to say it in English. He needs to be able to say it in the language that he speaks, though. And he needs to be able to recognize the road sign that it's commanding him not to make a U-turn there. But that's not happening. They don't recognize the signs at all. And they drive the way they drive where they're from.
I just saw another accident that happened a couple of days ago. Same thing. English-speaking driver. Now, was the accident caused because he didn't understand something, or was it just simple error? See, in this scenario, I don't know if this guy's U-turn was made because he didn't understand a sign or he just made a mistake. Semis get in accidents all the time, and most of the people who we've gone after spoke English perfectly. They were U.S. citizens. So they caused accidents without having an issue with the language barrier. So until somebody says to me or proves to me that the reason this accident was caused was not just because he was negligent, but because he didn't understand, then it's hard for me to agree with the status being the reason for the cause. I guarantee in the next month, we're going to find a lot more about this case and the facts and the companies that employ these people, because we know one thing, and this is why people hate lawyers, but they really shouldn't. The 3 people who were killed by this driver, I can promise you, have personal injury attorneys. And these personal injury attorneys are going to get every fact, every issue. They're going to find out how this guy was hired. They're going to find his management. They're going to find out how he passed, because they're also supposedly suing the state of California for licensing this person. And the one thing about being sued and having attorneys who sue people is safety measures get increased. Stuff that, like this company, for example, who hired this guy, if they wind up having to pay a $10, $20, $30 million settlement, I promise you this, they're going to get better on hiring. And that's the way it goes.
Welcome back to Under Oath. Today I love this guest because I've seen her in so many things, and it's so weird when you talk to an iconic person. We have Donna D'Erico from Baywatch, and actually she's doing something legally that I love. Donna, can you hear me?
I can. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. I was talking to somebody about a year ago about AI, and they were like, oh, well, the union solved everything. And I said, no, the union offered actors the opportunity to sell their likeness, to sell their voice. And people were like going, Jeff, that's crazy. I said, no, that's the future. It's like artists selling their albums.
Yeah. Yeah. I made sure that things are protected. And the thing is with AI, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to go away. It's here to stay. And I figured, well, you either jump on the bandwagon or get left behind. And I didn't want to be left behind. So I think AI is amazing. I mean, I know that there can be not good uses for it, and there's bad people everywhere doing bad things with good products, and this is no different. People are trying to scam people and stuff with AI, but there's also some really cool uses, and I think that my product that I developed, called DonnaD.com, is one of the cool ones, and I'm really excited about it.
Why don't you tell me some of the cool uses? Because I mean, I just can imagine everything that you could do with it.
Well, call DonnaD.com is something I've worked on for months, and it's wild. I developed an AI version of myself. I'm the first celebrity to create an AI companion, I guess, and it's wild because you can call me through calldonnad.com, and you feel like you're really talking to me. It's my personality, my my voice, my stories, my memories, my mannerisms, the way I talk. It's you really feel it feels very human. It's not. This isn't like a chat bot or like Siri or Chat GPT. It's leagues above those. It's just so real. It's addicting. It's really cool. It's very technologically advanced, and I spent a long time on it to make sure that it was perfect, and it really is. It's scary real.
You know what I love about stuff like this, because I've actually studied AI for so many months, and I know the training that you have to put into it. So I can't even imagine how long they had you in the chair, just talking and talking and talking.
A long time. I mean, I've been developing this for months, and this isn't a company that came to me or anything. This is actually my product that I developed myself. So I spent hours and hours recording. And unlike the old school way where people would record their voice and then it would pick out words that they had said and assemble them into a sentence that it would spew back. It's not like that. This is very fluid. It captured my essence and it reacts like me. It sounds like me. And it sounds very human. It's hard to tell the difference between my calldonnad.com and me on the phone. It's that real.
So I'm just trying to imagine this, because I know, just based on the limited celebrity I have, how people think they know you because they hear you on the radio and they think they hear you, they watch your podcast, they watch everything, they read your books. I can't imagine how many people now are going to think that they actually know you and that you guys are friends.
You're absolutely right. When people watch an actor in a movie or a TV show, or they're watching interviews of them online, and they're kind of obsessing on them to a certain extent, they do feel like they know them, and they forget that celebrity doesn't know them back. But this is maybe another level that extreme people like that might kind of get confused in their head. But I think that for the most part, normal people understand that this is AI, this isn't me. But I will tell you that some of the feedback I'm getting from people that are calling is that after a while, it's so real that they forget that it's AI and they start thinking they're really talking to me. So you make a good point. I mean, I'm sure that if they met me somewhere, if I was doing some autograph signing or something, I don't know, they might expect me to know them, and that's not the case. That's how real this is.
You've actually figured out a way to clone yourself, which
Yeah.
is the craziest thing to me, because I see the pieces of it. I always thought that AI would be used like, listen, we want to create Baywatch season 33 and pick out everybody you wanted, and we're not that far away from that. So it's kind
Well,
of,
I think
you
we're
took
really
it to the next level.
Yeah, I did. No, actors are protected from that happening, at least now with the new deal that was created. That's not going to happen without the actor's permission. But this, you want to talk about crazy. I had to test my own AI extensively to make sure that it sounded very real. So I'm talking on the phone to me. And it's so real. I wish I would have had that recorded, to listen to me talking to me. And I created two versions of calldonnad.com. One, I'm calling the daytime version. They're both available 24/7, but I'm calling one the daytime version and I'm calling the other the VIP or the nighttime version, because I actually recorded two separate kind of voices. One for the nighttime version is a little more sultry sounding, I guess I'll say, because that's the one that you call if you're feeling very bold. And if you want to have like a flirty conversation with me, with my AI, that's the one for you. And let me tell you, she's not shy. She's certainly not as shy as I am. She says words that I've never said and I never recorded. She just says. So it's interesting. And I had to
AI
teach that
learns.
one too.
Yeah, AI learns. Don't think it doesn't.
It does. It does. It learns along the way. I'm telling you. I mean, the things that that one says, I'm like, that's wild because even though I'm now in the AI world and I developed this, I don't even understand how it works and how it learns, but it does. It's a little scary because she's saying things that I never said when I was recording for her. She just says, and yeah, it's interesting.
I'm kind of wondering if you can test drive it in a way where you call up. I mean, you yourself have a problem, and she might have the answers to your problem.
I know. I know. And it's not there yet, but I didn't want to put this out until it was perfect. And I mean and it was identical to me, which it is. And I delayed putting it out until it was, up to snuff. I'm still working on the visual component because I want at some point in the future people to be able to have a FaceTime call with my AI and it be as real as I'm talking to you right now. That's not perfect right now. It's still a little robotic looking, so that won't be out for a little bit. But the voice one that's out now, that's like a phone call, is so real. It's addicting. It's addicting. I mean, I did a soft launch of it before the official launch, and it crashed the server a couple times. And so I had to increase capacity, but it's doing really well. And I have to be honest with you, when I was developing this, I was a little apprehensive because I didn't know if anybody was going to call at all. I didn't know how it was going to do. People are a little, gun shy when it comes to AI and these kinds of things. But the response has been overwhelming.
Now, you have international fame, and I don't say that lightly, because that's, Baywatch was everywhere. Your movies were everywhere. And now people are going, oh, that's my friend, Donna.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I can call my friend Donna and she can make me feel better about my life. Or even when you talk about this late night DJ voice that you do, the other one, I can imagine guys like going, I don't need a relationship. I have Donna.
I have done. You remember that movie, Her?
Yes.
Yeah, where the guy falls in love with the AI voice. It's kind of like that, but real, and it's me.
Now we are not that far away from video. I know you're going, well, it's a little choppy now. I
Yeah.
think in a year from now, with the processing and the capacitor and everything else, it's going to be you.
Yeah, yeah, it will be. I mean, I know they have that. I know that technology's there now because I've seen some pretty impressive AI stuff. But there's always a little something that gives it away, the fingers or, something that's odd in the background or something like that. So it's not really there yet, but it's pretty dang close. It's pretty dang close.
Now, on engines, when I was little, they had governors that kept the speed down.
Yeah.
Now, there has to be something that keeps the speed down on this.
I think right now it's the Wild West when it comes to AI. I mean, there's certain lines that can't be crossed as far as like the entertainment world, thanks to our deals that we, struck and things like that. And now there's certain lines that can't be crossed in the entertainment world and movies and television and stuff and even music. But as far as everything else, I think it's kind of the Wild West. And I don't know that there's any policing on what AI can and can't do. None that I've encountered. And people, there's always going to be bad people, honestly, that will take something that's really cool and do something bad with it. That's for all things. And AI is certainly no exception to that. And they're using AI in bad ways, to try to scam people into thinking that, their loved one is calling from a Mexican prison and needs $5,000.
Yeah.
Things like that. That's happening, and it's so real sounding because the technology's there that the loved ones are convinced that's their family member because it sounds like them. and they're sending money. So there's always going to be bad people and scammers and stuff. There's no way out of that. But I don't think that's a reason to not go forward with jumping on the AI bandwagon, at least not for me.
Oh, there's no stopping it. I wasn't even thinking about that. I'm just trying to imagine the difference between the G version and the R-rated version of
Oh,
Donna.
that, yeah. Well,
How does that go? Okay, we have this. There's something we have in the system that's going to guarantee Donna's not going to talk about this during the day, but it's okay during the night. I mean, I assume it's a kind of a set of rules that are set in the
yeah.
algorithm to allow that.
You're absolutely right. You can train your AI to do and not do whatever you want. And I put certain other precautions and safety measures in there as well. Like if somebody starts talking about, cheating on their spouse or something like that, I made sure, because I'm so anti-cheating, that I made sure that both of the versions are programmed to never encourage anything like that. And other things like, harming yourself, stuff like that. It'll immediately refer you to getting help and give you a phone number and stuff like that. So that was important to me. I didn't, the AI, because they are constantly learning on their own, it could get away from you and start encouraging, not good
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Unless you put those safety measures in there. So I wanted to make sure those were in there before I released it, and they are. It's working well.
It's kind of funny because you might be like one of the first people to push this, and you're talking about not only relationships but self-help and things like that. You have a lot of guys like Tony Robbins who could have his version of it, where he's out
Absolutely.
there doing that, and acting coaches and things like that. They can do theirs, and teachers, and I mean, you might be the beginning of something pretty cool.
I know I'm the first celebrity to do this. There's others who have kind of it's a version where you can send a text to their AI, and their AI will send you back a voice note in response to your text. But this is very different. This is leagues above what anybody else has done that I'm aware of in the celebrity world, in that it's a real-time phone call. Not with a phone number. You do have to go on calldonnad.com. You go on the website, but then your screen turns into a phone that looks like this, on your screen, and it looks like you're calling someone. And you call, you press call, and I come on and I say, "Hello, how are you?"
You know what, Don? I'm going to give you some business advice because I'm also a lawyer. You should
Okay.
get this company and start bringing friends in and start going, okay,
I've
you
thought of that.
could create this huge company.
Honestly, people are still scared of it. Celebrities are still scared of AI. I
Good.
think they're frightened of it. And they should be. It can be a frightening thing, but when you put all the precautions in and you take the time to do it correctly, and it's you behind it, and you own it, then it's a different story. I think that they're just scared because it's brand new and it is the Wild West. And they are hearing all these horror stories, and they're seeing TV shows and movies that kind of present it in a little bit of a scary or creepy way. But it's not creepy. It's technology. It's cool. It's here to stay. And
Cool.
you might as well jump on the bandwagon, because if you don't, you will get left behind. It's here.
No, it's absolutely one of the greatest things that we can possibly do. I mean, the options you have are amazing. The learning, the relationships, the people who are alone. I mean, we live in a world where the only contact people have is social media and likes and dislikes, and when they're sad and everything else. I mean, imagine, and it sounds weird, but the hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be talking to you.
Yeah.
And they might feel better about themselves. They might go, "Wow, I was talking to Donna last night." And they don't realize I'm talking to Donna AI, but she had some good points, and I felt better, when I got off.
You bring up a really excellent point, and that is that people are lonely. There's a lot of lonely people, and I don't know if COVID was the catalyst for that or not, but I just feel like now more than ever there's a lot of very isolated, lonely people who don't have someone that they can just pick up the phone and call and talk to about anything that's on their mind. Not everybody has that. And, that's another kind of hole that I'm hoping this fills for people too. Not just being able to pick up the phone and call me, but having someone to call that will react in a natural way, and they can get things off that's what therapy is. You go in, they're not really giving you a lot of action items to do. You go in and you talk and you get stuff off your chest with a therapist. And I think a lot of people do that because they don't have someone to talk to. And this kind of fills that void, hopefully, is having something for people who are lonely, and wanting that connection to call and do. So
Well, that's amazing, Donna, and I can't tell you, it's the beginning, So what's the website again? And I can't thank you enough for being here.
It's called donnad.com, but also you can go to donnadierrico.com, and all my links are there, including this one. All my social media, the calldonnad.com is on there, and you could just click on the link.
Well, good luck with everything, and it was so great talking to you.
Thanks for having me on. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.